Welcome to Bay Focus. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. Boy, we are going to be moving quickly today. There's some exciting things happening here in Central Florida coming to our area that have nationwide impact as well, and we like to do that on the show as well, bring you information on things that are happening nationally. Well, we're going to start the show in just a moment telling you about a conference that is coming up that you do not want to miss. I'm telling you, in September, you have got to hear about this and hopefully attend. And then in just a few moments after that, we're going to talk about a prayer clinic. What is a prayer clinic? And these are popping up nationwide. And there's one here going to be happening here in Largo at Indian Rocks Baptist Church. And you're going to find out more about that and how you can learn how to pray and how you can pray for others in a unique and different way. But we're going to start out with something called the Upside Down Conference, coming up in Tampa, September 15th through the 18th, sponsored by the Liberty and Health Alliance. And we have the founder of this organization, Dr. Lela Lewis, MD, with us today. Welcome, Dr. Lewis.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure to be with you, darling.
Great to have you. Very honored. You're so accomplished and have such a vision for helping people medically, spiritually, emotionally, mentally. That's what the Liberty and Health Alliance is about. And we're going to find out a little bit more about the organization in just a moment. But first of all, tell our viewers, what is the Upside Down Conference in Tampa and where is it happening?
Well, great question, Darlene. Thank you so much. So the Upside Down Conference, really, our world is turned upside down, right? We have the craziest things going on, and God wants to take us from upside down to right side up. So the conference is 2 days in following Isaiah 58. Cry aloud, spare not. Tell people what God's perfect plan is. Tell how we've turned from that plan. And then Isaiah tells us to provide healing, holistic healing, feed the hungry, clothe the naked, heal the sick, and relieve the oppressed. And so we'll be doing that on September 15 and 16, which is Thursday and Friday at the Tampa Convention Center. We're going to be offering free medical, dental, eye care, and even minor surgical procedures on the floor of the convention center. It's going to be amazing by God's grace. So, and then
you take this also because you have just an absolute incredible lineup of speakers.
Absolutely.
As well.
So it's a conference. It's a holistic aspect. So that beginning of Isaiah 58, let's show people how we can get back to the Creator God. So we have just unbelievable speakers. We have Dr. Peter McCullough, Matt Staver, Walt Heyer, you and I were just talking about him, and Steve Green, an amazing musical concert with Steve Green.
We have to mention that.
Yes, we are so excited. And there's about 25 other extremely accomplished physicians, attorneys, educators, you name it, practical individuals who've gone through life's experiences and realized Satan's plan of upside down is not the best plan. God's plan is the best one. So it's amazing.
Okay, and we'll talk a little bit more of the conference again in just a few minutes, but for our viewers that are wondering, what is the Liberty and Health Alliance? You obviously have great credentials as a medical doctor, and then which you're still practicing.
That's correct.
You're doing that, plus you're doing all these events everywhere. What do? You have a multi-pronged approach of what you're trying to accomplish.
That's correct. So the title is Liberty and Health. We believe that every individual is endowed as United States citizens and most importantly Christians with the right to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Liberty means I get to choose for myself what the Lord would have me to do, whether that be about education, whether that be about health, whether that be about how do I raise my children. God has asked us to come to Him, ask Him what He would have us to do, and then that is up to the individual to decide. And each individual has that right. So we believe that. Health aspect, liberty and health are so intertwined. God's plan, His original plan for health was given to us in the Garden of Eden. But again, it was always given with the freedom of choice. That tree of knowledge of good and evil right there in the Garden of Eden. I mean, we're all sitting here 6,000 years later because they made the wrong choice, but God still gave Adam and Eve that choice. So we believe the same for all of us today as well.
Yeah, and then you do some other things. You also have the various tracks that you do talk about the family.
That's
God's
correct.
plan.
God's plan. So we have in the conference, there's 3 tracks that
Yeah.
everyone has the opportunity of visiting and listening to the different talks. So God's plan for life. What is life? When does life begin? When does life end? These are questions we all are encountering today. What is God's plan for the family? Does God have a plan for the family? And what is it? And what is God's plan for health? And so all of these aspects, these 3 tracks will be intertwined throughout the entire event from September 15 through 18.
Well, and I think it's probably, let me throw this question at you, because and if you can, people can go on the website and we'll have the contact information, everything on screen. But the Liberty and Health Alliance, I think there's been an urgency with your organization. Is it safe to say, and I'm not going to get into a debate on the pros and cons of the vaccine, because we would be, I believe a lot of people have different points of view.
Absolutely.
You and I may even have different experiences with that. But I think we can agree on, is it safe to say that the vaccine mandate
Absolutely.
overreach has affected personal liberties?
Absolutely. The vaccine mandate has definitely affected everyone's lives, quite frankly. And regardless of where one individually stands on the vaccine, again, honoring an individual's choice. If I came up to you and said, I'm going to shoot vitamin B12 into your arm, well, it might be beneficial, it might not, but that's still your right to say, I don't think I want a B12 injection right now.
Yeah.
And the same thing goes for everyone. So yes, it has, but we've seen people lose their jobs.
Yeah.
Lots of people have lost their jobs over this, lost their source of income. People have even lost custody rights of their children over this. So this was it was definitely an overreach of the government, I believe.
And so organizations like yours really wants to address that, give people the resources.
Absolutely.
Along with all the other things you're talking about, but the actual medical clinic of what you're doing on this dates, on this event, that's open to the general public, right? Everybody?
Everything is open to the general public.
Yeah.
The entire conference is wide open to everyone.
Totally free of charge.
Totally free. And you know, one other thing I wanted to mention, Darlene, there's a children's program. So let's say that you have young children. I'm a single mommy and I've had little children and I always want them to be a part of the opportunity of giving to others. So the little children can, if you want to volunteer, you can bring your children. There's a whole children's program. The children with amazing teachers get to bring water down to the patients. They get to provide little crafts to the children. And then during the conference time itself, they get to have their own program as well.
I love the whole family, side of this. So now, are these happening? Obviously, this is happening here in Tampa.
Correct.
But nationwide, are you going nationwide with these?
We have in the past. In fact, I was the founder and CEO of another corporation, an individual corporation that actually has done this in 9 different cities. We've served over 48,000 patients worth $138 million during that period of time I was with that corporation. So yes, we are going from city to city. We just did one in January in Phoenix, and so this with Liberty and Health. So this will be our
Okay, well there
second
is a connection here, in fact, of your own personal connection. But one of the things the Seventh-day Adventist denomination is very strong on treating the holistic, treating the whole man. But this is an interdenominational, because they endorse this as, I believe, as a denomination.
Correct.
But this is an interdenominational event, and there's a little bit of a hook to get churches involved, right?
Absolutely. So I happen to be a Seventh-day Adventist Christian,
Yeah.
and you are correct. We do, as a denomination, holistically approach health.
Yeah.
And this conference is looking at the holistic man, but by all means, there's many different denominations represented as far as speakers, and we're very excited about that. And yes, the way that the people connect on an ongoing basis for an improved holistic health is through involvement with local churches. Spiritual healing, it takes time, right? Just like physical healing takes time, spiritual healing takes time. So a one and done is not the answer. So these people need an opportunity to connect with the local churches so that they can have holistic healing in the long haul as well.
So are you saying then that if your local church here to partner with you, is there follow-up from the people that are coming through?
By all means.
Get the medical,
Absolutely.
they can connect with the local church after?
Absolutely.
So you want to hear, I'm saying this, you want to hear from some local churches.
Absolutely. And you can reach out to us at libertyandhealth.org or info@libertyandhealth.org and reach out. We'd love to hear from you. Absolutely.
Okay. Give us again the specifics on how people can connect with this conference. What do they need to do right now to connect? Location, times, a little bit what's going to happen. You did a little bit on each day, but I want to end our segment with that again so our viewers hear it.
So we are still in need of particularly volunteers. 80% are non-medical. So whether you're a medical or a non-medical person, you are definitely needed. We say if you've got a heartbeat and a smile, you can volunteer. And then as far as attending the conference, if you go to the website, as well as volunteering, as well as just at any time wanting to attend, go to the website, libertyandhealth.org. You can find out more information. If you don't register, that's fine. Everything is first come, first serve at the event. So just show up at the Tampa Convention Center as far as the free medical is concerned, and we will get you in.
Okay, are you still in need at all of medical professionals to partner?
Absolutely. Yes, we are, particularly Florida licensed medical professionals and opticians as well.
And again, is their first approach to go through the website to
contact you? Go to the website, please. Again, everything's on there. The volunteer registration's on there. It's all listed, and you can also watch a video and learn more as well.
Okay, and I just putting in another plug as we close here for the concert. How great! Any of us that have been around for many years with gospel music know who Steve Green is. Wonderful, wonderful singer and minister. And tell us a bit about the concert start time. Is that open?
Wide open. You know, you can't really do this very often, get to go to a Steve Green concert completely for free. So we are praising God about that. And you know, one other thing, Darlene, I really focus on the children because I'm a little selfish. Again, I'm a mommy and I want my kids to enjoy it. So the children's program, guess what they're going to get to do? The children are going to get to sing background music with Steve Green on Friday night. So we are really excited about that. So bring your families, bring your children. It's going to be a great,
That's a wonderful experience. I had the opportunity years ago to be in a choir backing him up.
That's wonderful.
And he's just the most, wonderful person, and so friendly and easy to work with. Dr. Lewis, thank you so much for sharing this with you. What you're doing is so important at this time, and thank you for coming on Bay Focus. And stay tuned on the screen. You're going to take a look again a little bit about Liberty and Health Alliance and about this event coming up and how important it is that we take a stand and allow the freedom of choice, whatever the decision is, either way, that our religious liberties are respected at this time. Stay tuned. We'll be right back with more of Bay Focus.
Our country is upside down. All around us is uncertainty and fear. We need God to turn this nation right side up again. Liberty and Health Alliance is coming to the Tampa Convention Center September 15 to 18, 2022 as a mobile hospital offering free medical, dental, eye care, personal hygiene, and legal services for everyone. We need medical and non-medical volunteers to be a part of this movement to be God's hands and turn our nation right side up. We are calling on everyone to come volunteer for this historic and life-changing event that will reach thousands of people. To offer your support and to volunteer, please visit our website at libertyandhealth.org.